Hello and welcome to another short video. I'm Vickie Lane, Pathways business coach and business owner, and today we're going to look at how to stay steady when everything feels unclear. When people start a business, they often think that uncertainty is something temporary, something they just need to get through. But in truth, it is part of the journey. The goal isn't to wait for the clouds to clear, it's to learn how to sail when the wind is blowing. The resilience triangle: control, stability, decision pace. When uncertainty increases, our brains tend to focus on the things we cannot control. That's where anxiety grows. The resilience triangle helps bring our attention back to where our power actually sits. The control map. Draw 3 circles, one inside the other. Label the centre circle control, the middle circle influence, and the outer circle accept. Then start with this simple question, focusing on the centre circle. What can I control? Examples of this are the effort I put into my business, my schedule, who I can ask for support. Now focus on the middle circle, influence, and ask yourself, what can I influence? Examples of this is marketing activity, relationships, and customer conversations. Now take our attention to the outer circle. And what are the things that we simply cannot control? So examples of this are the economy, social media algorithms, the weather. If you spend most of your energy in the outer circle, you will leak power. Resilient entrepreneurs focus their energy in the center. So think about your current challenge. And where does it actually sit? Uncertainty becomes fear when numbers are unclear, and fear loves a vacuum. You don't need a complex business model, and you don't need to have a degree in finance, but you do need to know your numbers and your commitments. So let's get clear on 3 basic questions. What are my essential costs? When things feel uncertain, the first step is to understand the basic costs that keep your business running. Not every cost is essential. Essential costs might include business insurance, website or domain name, business software that you need to operate your business, and products or stock. Optional or flexible costs might include things like paid advertising, extra software subscriptions, and office space when you could be working from home. So once you understand your monthly baseline costs, everything else seems a lot more manageable and less uncertain. The next step is to identify what income is due in or confirmed, not what might happen, but what is actually in the pipeline. Examples of confirmed income could be signed contracts, deposits received, and booked clients. Examples of potential or hopeful income could be quotes that have been delivered, inquiries that have been made, or conversations that have already been had. When we separate confirmed income away from possible income, we can see the true financial picture and move away from uncertainty. What actions can increase my chances of income? This is a really empowering question because as a business owner, it brings back what I can control. Income creating actions might include contacting past customers, sending follow-up emails, sharing work or services online, asking for referrals, attending networking events, sending proposals or quotes, or creating useful content. Then ask yourself a simple question. What 3 actions will help increase your income this coming week? So rather than feeling stuck and focusing on the things that you can't control, we can switch that around and focus on the things that we can control. You can't control when someone buys, but you can control the number of opportunities that you create. The decision cooling off period. We've all been there. When uncertainty strikes, we just run into panic. We think we'll just scrap that offer, we'll ditch that social media post, we'll just burn it all to the ground. But fast decisions made in fear will often create bigger problems. So let me introduce you to the 72-hour rule. If you're tempted to make a big reactive change, stop, pause, give yourself 72 hours, see if it's right after that, and then continue if necessary. Protecting your personal energy. Resilience isn't just about strategy, it's about making sure you have the energy. When you're exhausted, every problem looks a million times bigger. So I would encourage some small protective habits, like really great sleep routines, taking time away and talking to other entrepreneurs, or even taking time away and having a break in nature. This isn't weakness, it's maintenance. For example, I once worked with a founder who, after one slow month, decided that they were going to scrap everything and burn it to the ground. They hadn't done any social media marketing, they hadn't sent out any emails or contacted any customers in the last 3 weeks because they were too busy worrying. Once they returned their focus to what they could control, having conversations, undertaking their marketing campaigns, their business started to stabilise and they realised they didn't need to burn it down. Resilience in business isn't loud. It's steady, it's measured, and it's thoughtful. When things feel uncertain, ask yourself one question. Am I reacting to fear or am I responding to facts? I've created a simple worksheet to help you apply this framework when uncertainty appears. Thank you for watching.